Hello and welcome. I'm Aditya Raj Kaul and you're watching News9 Live. And this is in India's interest. For last several months, we have seen Khalistani propaganda has taken shape in Canada. This is a new wave of Khalistani propaganda. From attacking Indian consulates and the embassy and intimidating Indian diaspora, the Khalistani seems to have received a silent support from the Canadian government and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau himself. The latest provocation has been the threatening posters with photographs and names of top Indian diplomats circulating on the social media. The posters are an open call to attack and kill the Indian diplomats in Canada, USA, UK, as well as Australia. While USA, Australia, UK have condemned these posters and opened investigations by law enforcement agencies, the Canadian Prime Minister, however, Justin Trudeau, has brazened it out by supporting and defending Khalistani terror propaganda as freedom of expression. Khalistanis are now inching closer to attack the Indian missions abroad on July 8th without any fear of the law of the land. In India's interest, we ask today on News9 Live, is glorifying assassination of former Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi freedom of expression? Is shielding Khalistani terrorists upholding Constitution of Canada? And finally, we ask here on News9 Live, is the open call to kill Indian diplomats by Khalistanis who are Canadian citizens a freedom of speech? We will be discussing this with a host of guests who are joining us on the debate today. But before we go to them, let's listen in to some of the reactions that we are picking up on this big story.
Minister, we've seen a parade float depict the assassination of Indira Gandhi and posters calling on people to kill India. The Indian government says you're being soft on Sikh extremism because you rely on votes from that community. How can you demonstrate to them that they're wrong?
They are wrong. Canada has always taken extremely seriously violence and threats of violence. We've always taken serious action against terrorism, and we always will. We have an extremely diverse country, and freedom of expression is something that we have, but we will always make sure that we are pushing back against violence and extremism in all its forms.
I think San Francisco case is being investigated. They will find out as to who was it. And this person who took out the flag, there, I think he was the one who recently died of cancer also. So how can you allow India's flag being taken down? Police must have been there, the so-called Scotland Yard people, just watching helplessly. I can't imagine this thing happening in India. I don't think any Indian government will allow such a thing to happen in front of the British High Commission, or you can say US Embassy. Nothing can happen this way. They have already registered a strong protest, and let us see what the reaction of how long they can continue with this nonsense. If they allow such a thing to happen, you have to raise the level of protest also. It has consequences. I don't think they'd like to spoil relations with India at this very crucial juncture when they need India. It is actually made to look bigger than the normal. These people don't have that much of following. Maybe social media, everything they're projecting. Some cases are there, but they don't have the number or a following there at all. One must understand, a small minority cannot hijack the agenda of the larger population, pro-India population. They cannot, but we should understand that there are people of Indian origin, Sikhs there, who are also suffering because of their actions. They are getting maligned. Here we should understand that we have to strengthen the hands of the large majority of moderate Sikhs, maybe 98, 99%. They are afraid of these people also. They look here, if we stand up, they will kill them also. But when they stand up with some sort of a support that Government of India has appointed a truth commission, this is what is coming out, then they can sacrifice their lives also standing in front of them.
What the current round of violence tells us is that it was always this way. It was always this way that the Khalistan movement, just as Canada is too close and too tolerant to the Khalistan movement, the Khalistanis themselves have been too close to organized crime. We are not paying attention, close enough attention, to the intersection of the Khalistan movement and organized crime.